What's going on, guys? Asian Guy here, very excited to tell you guys about the latest SUGOFEST, the MARINEFORD SUGOFEST, coming to the Japan server of One Piece Treasure Cruise and to follow on global eventually. 3 anniversary SUGOFEST on Globest right now. Good luck to everyone that is going to be pulling on that SUGOFEST. I will be pulling as well, most likely on part 2. We are hoping to do 300 gems, currently sitting at around 270. But that aside, let's get into the units. I'm just doing this mini intro right now because I made some images for you guys with the translated text for these new units, and there's actually no space for me to put my face cam. So hopefully you're okay with that, especially today. I look terrible. I look terrible most days, but without further ado, let's get into the new units. They are freaking hype. See you in a moment. So guys, before we dive right in, a massive shout out to World Government as well as Japan Uber Allies. Both of them have been leaking all the information you will see here, and these are the translated versions. We have got Luffy and Ace. Now this is a very complicated unit to explain, but let's put it this way. He's very similar to, or they are very similar to the way Time Skip Luffy works, in that you will either have either Ace or Luffy. You can decide which one you want to start off with, and you can switch them in between during the stage or the adventure that you're doing. And when you have them, they have weaker captain abilities. So for example, Luffy, if you use him, has a 3 times attack boost to free spirit characters as well as a 15% damage reduction, whereas Ace has a flat 2.25 times attack, which goes up to 3.5 times when you have a matching orb. But when you activate their specials and you combine them into the Luffy and Ace dual unit, they will for 3 turns stay as Luffy and Ace and gain a new captain ability. So it's very similar to the way that Time Skip Luffy works, and their ability, their captain ability, is 3 times attack flat, which goes up to 4.25 times with a matching orb, which is really good paired with their special. They also reduce damage taken by 20% and have a 1.2 times HP boost. Now their ability, their special ability, Luffy and Ace deal 75 times typeless damage to all enemies, and for 1 turn boost orbs for the entire crew by 2 times. No class restriction on that. That is a flat 2 times orb boost, and they will further convert all free spirit colored orbs into matching orbs. Now there are many other units that will change your orbs into color orbs, and you know this is going to basically guarantee you guys a full deck of matching orbs and that 4.25 times attack boost. And of course, when you use the special, when they're as the singular form as just Luffy or just as Ace, it will make them Luffy and Ace for 3 turns. Their Sailor ability is plus 150 to all stats for free spirit units, and tandem and meat orbs count as beneficial to themselves, because you can use this unit of course as just a Sailor unit, and they're still a pretty decent unit with good wave clear and a solid orb boost. The switch ability, supposedly we don't know fully what it does yet, but from the screenshots it does seem that if you're using Ace and you switch to Luffy midway, or if you're using Luffy and you switch midway to Ace, it will remove self paralysis, despair and slot bind for the specific unit. We are yet to confirm that yet, but this Luffy and Ace, it's changing the game. Now there's one thing that I don't like about this, or not necessarily don't like about it, that I'm slightly worried about, is that if this is just going to be like Legend Sanji, and when I say that I mean that when Legend Sanji first came out, he was incredibly hyped, but hardly anyone uses Legend Sanji on Japan anymore, simply because Captain Action is so tedious to use, and of course the Legend Sanji special takes like 7 million years to activate and finish. So hopefully Ace is not going to be like that, Luffy and Ace is not going to be like that, but I can imagine, like if you see the screenshots, it seems very similar to Captain Action, except you can use it as a sub unit as well. So hopefully it doesn't take too long to use. That's my only worry. Otherwise, this is a massive power creep on Time Skip Luffy. I'm sorry Time Skip Luffy mains and owners, but Time Skip Luffy is just being pushed further and further back. However, the good thing about Time Skip Luffy, although this isn't a good thing, but the one thing you can take from this is that you can match Time Skip Luffy up with this Luffy and Ace pretty well to leech off them. So that's one good thing about it. But aside from that, the rest of the batch is actually pretty good for Time Skip Luffy as well. But yeah, this is pretty much a straight up flat power creep on Time Skip Luffy. Can we get some RIPs in the comments section? Next unit, we have got a new Quick Garp. Next up, unsurprisingly, being the grandfather to the 2 kids, Ace and Luffy, we have got Quick Garp, who synergizes perfectly well. His captain ability is basically identical to Raid Sanji, but for free spirits. 2.75 times attack until he hits something other than a perfect. Not that great of a captain ability, honestly speaking, but his special ability is fantastic for the Strength Treasure Map Ace, for the new Legend Luffy Ace unit, and of course Legend Lucy. On top of that, also pretty good for Akainu as well. He will delay all enemies by 2 turns, and if the captain is a strength or a quick unit, he will add Raid Sabo / Legend Inuarashi extra hit damage, if you guys understand what I mean by that, but 55 times Garp's attack as typeless damage on top of the tap timing bonus as extra on hit damage, just like the aforementioned units. Now Quick Garp, as I said, fits perfectly well into a Treasure Map Ace team, which is a fantastic free-to-play captain if you don't have any solid free spirit leads. He's also great for the new legends that are coming out, or the new legend, I said. I don't know, should I say legends or legend? Is it plural? Is it singular? I don't know what's going to happen, but fantastic. Honestly, a super fantastic unit. Very good for Legend Lucy. I look forward to trying to get my hands on him, and on top of that, his Sailor ability makes him even better for Treasure Map Ace. He makes Strength Orbs beneficial for all 3 Spirit units, and plus 75 attack to all 3 Spirit units as well. So he is a superb unit. Not that great of a captain, but as a sub, super useful. Can't wait to get my hands on him. Hopefully I do get my hands on him, but let's move on to the next unit, who is a Strength Marco. Next up, we have got a new rare recruit Marco. He is a strength free spirit fighter type. He has 2.5 times attack boost for fighter units and 1.3 times recovery, also for fighter units as his captain ability, and furthermore he will heal 3 times his own recovery at the end of every turn. He has 2 specials, stage 1 and stage 2. At stage 1, he will reduce bind, attack down and chain reduction by 3 turns, and he will reduce damage taken by 50%. He will furthermore, if you have 3 strength units or more on your team, add 0.5 to the chain. His special stage 2, which is the full potential, will reduce all of those debuffs by 5 turns instead, bind, attack down and chain coefficient reduction by 5 turns, a further 90% damage reduction and plus 0.75 instead if you have 3 or more strength units. And his Sailor ability will make recovery and tandem beneficial for free spirit, which is so useful for time skip Luffy teams. He is a fantastic unit to have on that time skip Luffy team, and plus 150 extra healing when you use a recovery orb, which is always nice as well. A little bit of a bonus, but this strength Marco is more so, in my opinion, a buff to time skip Luffy instead of the new Legend Ace and Luffy. I think Legend Ace and Luffy, although if you have this strength Marco on the team, you're pretty much guaranteed to have fully matching orbs as long as you don't have block orbs. Block orbs will be dealt with the new rare recruit following Marco, but if you just have the strength Marco, he's fantastic for Legend Ace and Luffy, the dual unit, because Legend Ace and Luffy cover all the colored orbs, and if you have the strength Marco and you have a full free spirit team, you basically have a full deck of matching orbs like that, or beneficial orbs I should say. Damage reduction is a nice bonus, and of course the removal of those debuffs is pretty good. That chain buff, that is a significant amount. 0.75, if I'm not mistaken, is actually the new highest increase to the chain buff, so that's pretty interesting to see. Next up, we have got Quick Kobe. Now, Quick Kobe, as I mentioned, is going to deal with those block orbs. His captain ability, let's begin with, for free spirit units, 2.5 times attack and reduces damage taken by 15%. Again, not terrible, but not great either. He has, just like Strength Marco, 2 stages to his special. Stage 1 is 30 times attack in quick damage to one enemy and changes all orbs, including block, to random color orbs. And if your crew has 3 or more quick units, for 1 turn, boosts free spirit's attack by 1.75 times. And on stage 2 of his special, it's 50 times quick damage to one enemy instead, and instead of boosting by 1.75 times, boosts attack by 2 times for free spirit units if you have 3 or more quick units. And of course, he does still change all orbs into block. Sorry, not all orbs into block. He still does change all orbs into random color orbs, including those block orbs. His Sailor ability makes quick orbs count as beneficial for free spirit and plus 50 attack for free spirit units. So basically, most of the time when you're running the full dream team for this Legend Ace Luffy unit, you will have, just like Legend Doflamingo, from the Sailor abilities, most of your orbs will be counting as beneficial already. Now, Quick Kobe and Strength Marco. You might be thinking, how am I going to fit 3 quick units or 3 strength units onto the team? And the way I see this working, and as I mentioned in the Legend Ace Luffy section, that I think this might be tedious, is that you need to switch. So let me see, how am I going to phrase this? So You start off with Luffy, who is a quick captain. You have 2 Luffys and you have quick Kobe. You use Kobe first, and then you switch Luffy into Ace, and now you have 2 strength units in 2 double aces there, and you have the strength Marco, so you have your 3 strength units as well. And then after you do that, you use Luffy and Ace's special to make them into the Luffy and Ace unit. It's quite tedious if you think about it, and if you mess up the special order, you're gonna have to reset the app, and I know for myself personally, I'll probably have to do that. Having said that, I still would really like to acquire all of these units, but that is my one fear of, as I said, just like Legend Sanji, if he does become, or if they become a tedious unit or a tedious team to use, I can just see them falling out of interest for a lot of people very quickly. But it's Luffy and Ace, very popular characters. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And we have got the final unit of this SUGOFEST, which is Sai Oars Jr., who does not actually fit into the free spirit category. Moving on, we have got Oars Jr., who is a Sai powerhouse slasher. He is a captain for slash units, boosting their attack by 2.5 times attack and 1.5 times HP. Not that amazing, but again, not too bad either. His special ability will cut the HP of one enemy by 10%, and he will reduce paralysis and special silence by 3 turns. Sounds good so far. Furthermore, if your captain is a slasher unit, he will for 2 turns boost damage against delayed enemies by 1.75 times. Rest in peace, Dex, Rare Recruit Momonga, RIP. And his sailor ability will reduce paralysis on all units by 1 turn, which is very useful, and plus 75 attack to slasher and powerhouse units. However, unlike Time Skip Nami, while they both reduce paralysis and special silence by 3 turns, the big drawback of this Oars is that he is not resistant to special silence himself in his sailor ability, unlike Time Skip Nami and other units that reduce special silence, who also have the sailor ability that removes special silence from themselves. So that's a bit, I'm not really sure about that. That's a little bit cheesy, a bit of a cash grab, because I'm pretty sure this Oars Jr. is going to become an essential unit for one piece of difficult content coming in the future. So that's a bit of a kick in the nuts, but nonetheless, he is still a very top-notch rare recruit unit for slashers. I'm slurring my words terribly here, I do apologize guys, but he is a fantastic slasher sub, so I'm very excited. Hopefully I can get my hands on him as well. I'm not sure how massive his in-game sprite is, but we're gonna see soon enough. Next up, we have got units that aren't part of the SUGOFEST, but units that are free to play instead. Coliseum Raley and Smoker / Toshiki dual units. I'll start off with Smoker and Toshiki, or as I call them, Smoshigi. To make sure that us plebs can understand how the dual units work, of course, Bandai are going to be giving us a free dual unit in Smoker and Toshiki, as I call them, Smoshigi, and they're actually pretty good when they're in their dual unit form. For Sai and Int units, they'll boost the attack of Sai and Int by 2.75 times attack, reduce damage taken by 10%, heal 1000 HP at the end of the turn, and make Sai and Int units, I should say, Sai Int tandem orbs beneficial, which is a lot of stuff to take in, but it's a pretty solid unit. Their special ability deals 5000 fixed damage to one enemy, changes their own orb into matching, and reduces damage taken by 50% for 1 turn. A lot of utility there as well. And furthermore, boosts the attack of Sai and Int units by 1.5 times, and for 2 turns they will become Smoshigi. The sailor ability granting Sai and Int units plus 75 to all stats. So that's a lot of cotton candy as the equivalent. So Smoshigi, another solid unit that's free to play, and I believe they're going to give it to us, and give it to us in a way that's very easy to acquire, so I'm very much looking forward to that. Let me know your thoughts on that. 2.75 times attack flat, very solid. A lot of other utility in that captain ability as well. I can see myself having use for that. Definitely these units are most likely going to be a captain or a booster unit for the next treasure map, or the treasure map to follow, so do keep that in mind as well. I am running out of breath, guys, I won't lie to you, but last but not least, and the most sexy of the batch, we have got Coliseum Raley, who is a Dex slasher free spirit unit. His captain ability for slashers and for free spirit units boosts their attack by 2.5 times and increase the rate of matching orbs appearing. I can see myself again using this in treasure map as one of the boosted units. Boosted captains, his special ability will cut the HP of one enemy by 20%, useful in its own regard there. Reduces special silence by 3 turns, again very useful, and increase the rate of Dex sign in orbs appearing and treat them as beneficial orbs for free spirit units. So for Time Skip Luffy and Luffy Ace teams, this is a fantastic free-to-play unit. We don't know what his sailor ability is yet. With the limit break, I'm sure it's going to be something very useful as well. So I'm very much looking forward to him. His splash art, by the way, in the 4-star and the 5-star form is absolutely gorgeous. I am not gay, but I would go full-on gay for this Coliseum Raley. Just look at the Sea King in the background when he completely dicked on him. That's where it's from. Coliseum Raley, I'm very excited to get him. Try and farm him. Hopefully he's not too difficult, because Coliseum Petro was extremely difficult to obtain. I only got myself 1 copy. I do apologize, guys. I have let you guys down, but I did not have time during the Chinese New Year celebration. But this time, Raley, I'm definitely going to go in on him. Hope not in that way, guys. Not in that way, but I am going to go in on farming Coliseum Raley. Fantastic unit, looks very badass. Can't wait for all of these units to hit. Globest hype is real, Japan hype is real. That's it from me, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on these new units. Sorry about my commentary and the slurring towards the end. When I'm going non-stop, it does get pretty difficult. But again, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.